Hi guys, welcome back to Luved by LaVerne. Today I will be giving you my thoughts on the new Beauty Blender Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation. I'm telling you, these names are just getting more and more crazier. So I am a woman of a certain age and I am really interested in how this product works and reacts with my skin. There's a lot of products out there with a lot of claims, and if you have young, beautiful skin, youthful skin, you really don't see how the products settles in fine lines or how the products react to a more crepier skin or more thinner skin as we go through our aging process. Yes, I'm a lady of a certain age now, so I just want to bring you my thoughts and how this product tests, especially for women of color. They've added hyaluronic acid and also white birch extract in this foundation. If you're not familiar with white birch, it is used in a couple products, and it is a complexion clearing product. So that's pretty interesting. I would love to see how this foundation does over time, because if it's 24-hour, they expect you to kind of use it on those long wear days. I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to test it for 24 hours, but I know I have some 16-hour days, and I'm kind of interested in seeing how it wears and if it adds any more breakout issues, because that white bark, it helps dissolve bacteria and helps clear any type of acne issues that you have going on. So that is a great plus. In addition, there's hyaluronic acid in here. If you are a woman of a certain age, you know hyaluronic acid should be part of your everyday skincare. I mean, more than once a day. It's a lightweight molecule that can hold up to 4 times of its weight of water or hydrogen. It pulls it from the air, pulls it into your skin, not heavy, not greasy. It's more of a chemical reaction. It comes in liquid or gels form, and Beauty Blender's foundation claims that it has it in here. And it also boasts a velveteen matte finish. So that'll be interesting to see how all 3 of those ingredients come together, and whether it's a benefit to my aging skin, and how it just looks and feels, and the overall appearance over time for using this product. So let's go ahead with some swatches. I started my collection on shade 4.40. When I went online to Sephora, 4.40 is this. Oh, Sephora actually says 4.4, but the label under the bottle says 4.40. But 4.4 is described as deep with neutral undertones. So let's go ahead and swatch that 4.4. And it does dispense here. I do have it dispensed on a palette so that I can use the product, and I'm gonna swatch it on the back of my hand. So this is 4.40 and this is 4.50. This is described as deep with warm undertone. I can definitely see the red in 4.50. This is 4.60. So we have, and there's one more shade that I didn't get, which is 4.7, and it is described as deep with cool undertones. And that was not going to work for me at all, so I decided not to get it. Undertones. So if you are planning to try this foundation, I would suggest going in the store. Sephora, get it together. You have it listed incorrectly. That really doesn't help the consumer trying to figure out their shade based on your color and your description. So 4.6, 4.5, 4.4. I have similar shades and some of my favorite foundations. And I wanted to give you those swatches so that you can compare if you're interested in matching. So, Beauty Blender 4.0, Too Faced Born This Way Chai, Marc Jacobs Shameless Foundation Y500. This is Fenty Miguel in 420. My primer of choice is the Tacha Silk Canvas Primer. It's a beautiful primer. Goes on lovely just like silk. I am going to go in with shade 4.0. And what a cute delivery system. It really is. There is a weld here in the shape of a beauty blender. I've moistened this beauty blender with some water. And let me tell you about these beauty blenders. If you don't have one, it's 2018. What you doing? How you applying your makeup? And it is a beautiful delivery system. There is a lock back here. This is great for maybe even traveling. It's nice and compact. I really love that. I unlock it on the back, and in the front there's a weld in the shape of a beauty blender. And I'm gonna hold it up and just show you how it dispenses. So cute. That's one full pump, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply on this side. Now I don't know if you can see, I have some scarring, and I'm hoping that the full coverage claim. Okay, yes, there's coverage. There is coverage. Last, there's coverage. But one pump is not enough for my whole face. There is coverage. It's more red than my skin tone. You can see the difference with the side and my chest. But there's coverage. I can feel it. Let's put on the whole face before we talk about whether it feels lightweight or not. I'm going in pump number 2. Now I wonder if the delivery system is as effective when it starts to get empty. But so far, for the coverage, it does feel good. I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm seeing on camera a little more red than I care to see. Now, because the foundation is a little more on the warmer side than I would care, I'm going to bring it down a little bit, and I'm trying to think of a concealer I can use to kind of even out some of the warmth of this foundation. So 2.5 pumps gave me the coverage I was looking for. Normally, when I want coverage, I would use a brush to apply, but I thought it would only be fair, since it's a beauty blender foundation, that we try the beauty blender. And if you know, the beauty blender is notorious for removing product. So at 2.5 pumps, that is what I would normally use with a foundation that claims medium coverage. And personally, I would love to go in with that 1/2 pump, because I'm still seeing one of my biggest and baddest scars coming through. But it is, the coverage is there. The coverage is there. It's definitely buildable based on your liking. But the shade is very orange. What I'm going to use is the NARS Creamy Concealer in Iman. And I am going to highlight those areas. And I'm hoping Iman can take away some of that redness. And I'm also gonna follow up with a little bit of caramel for a little brightness. But let's go ahead and blend Almond. Before we blend Almond in, I will go ahead and use 4.60, and we will use that to contour. So I'm going to dispense some of it, and I really do love that you can dispense half of a pump and it doesn't force you to use an entire pump, hence wasting your product. So since I have a deeper shade, I'm gonna use the deeper shade and the beauty blender. And this is why I love a beauty blender. It is such a this is multi-dimensional, okay? This is a tool that you can use to highlight, contour, apply foundation. They did a beautiful job with this tool. I mean, I'm sure it's probably like one of the #1 tools used to apply makeup in 2018. Not too happy with the shade. I am gonna pat this in with a Real Technique brush. Like I said, the beauty blender is notorious for removing product, and I need to keep as much of this golden undertone to make this foundation look believable. I think I want to go brighten it up just a little more because I'm still seeing so much red, than a little more than I would care to. I don't know if neutral can be red neutral, but this foundation, if it's called and it is described as neutral, it leans more to the red side of being neutral, if that makes sense. Now, Beauty Blender did not come out with any primer or any setting powder, so I am going to use the products that I use in my normal routine to finish up my face. I'm going to use my Iman in Deep Earth. I actually have them marked on the rear. And I am going to press that into my skin to go ahead and finish setting the foundation. I like to use the Iman for a little more coverage. I don't know if you can see right here, even though it claimed to be full coverage, I used the 2.5 pumps. I can still see some of my imperfections shining through. But I'm sure if I went for the 3 pumps, it would definitely give me the coverage that I want. But then the claims of lightweight would start to vary because you have to pile more on to get the coverage. Or I could possibly just not use the beauty blender when applying the product, and I could go in there with my foundation brush, and that would give me the coverage that I look for, because that is what I normally use for coverage on full coverage foundations. But here it is before I finish up, and you can definitely see the difference in skin tone, and that is 4.0. 4.3 was orange. It was Oompa Loompa Carrot Top orange. I would be interested to see who could match that foundation shade, because that foundation shade is just not of this world. So besides that, I want to go ahead and finish up this look, and just let you know my thoughts. I am going to what number this is. This is the Mothership in Bronze Ambition from Mc Grath, Mother. And she has some beautiful colors in here. I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to use it now and just do a simple bronze look. And I am also going to be using another young lady tearing up Instagram, Miss P. Louise. This is her famous base. And what I really like about this base is that it doesn't crease, and I have a hooded lid. So it does allow me the opportunity to set my base for my foundation before it starts to get dry and clumpy and yeah, not workable. So I like to use it one eye at a time. And it's also hydrating. At a certain age, I mean, hydration is the key. I swear, like, our bodies just drink up the hydration like, I don't know, nobody's business. You can never have too much hydration. So I'm gonna go in my crease with this warm terracotta shade. So if this is Mother, I'm going to be using Julia, her daughter. And we are going to amend some of the shades that's not in that Pat McGrath. Some of the shades not in this palette, I'm going to use from the Juvia's palette. And I am just going to set this in my crease. And I'm not using a MAC 242. Nice big fluffy brush. And you notice I didn't set that base from P. Louise. She recommends that you do not set it. This rose gold shade right here. And we are going to pack that on the lid. I'm just gonna be pressing it in. Oh yes, yes. Mother does not come to play. I'm so glad I got this. There's some beautiful shades. Ooh, that shimmer is not chunky. Oh yes. It's a beautiful coppery. Oh yes. I sound like my mom. Isn't it funny, as we get older, we start to sound like our parents? Okay guys, so the look is done. I went back in, I made the liner a little more thicker, added a little more of that cool brown from the Juvia's Place palette, because unfortunately the Pat McGrath palette did not have a brown deep enough so I could add some extra depth into that corner. But nonetheless, that's not what we were here for. Just showing you the final result of the Beauty Blender foundation. I could tell I will constantly be cleaning this because it is so shiny. It's like a mother of pearl finish on here, and I know bacteria could grow, so it'll be good to clean it if you decide to get it. I use shade 4.40 on Sephora. It is described as a deep shade with neutral undertone. That neutral is all the way to the red end of the spectrum. It is very red. I have way more golden undertones. The next two shades up are too orange. They look like Oompa Loompa or Carrot Top. I'm really interested to see if any of you, here's a challenge, Beauty Blender, why don't you post the girl or guy who matches 4.3 on your page? I mean, there's just I really would be interested to see who's out there. I've been wearing the foundation for like about 2 hours. I do think it is really lightweight. It feels really natural. It feels like I have nothing on, and I use 2.5 pumps. So I think next time I do try it, I'm gonna up for the third pump and see if I could get the coverage on the blemishes I want. But I know I'm gonna have to mix this foundation, so I'm kind of tossed if I should keep it or not, because at $40 a pop, that's an expensive complexion product when I have other products that match my skin tone, give me lightweight feel, and are less expensive than the beauty blender. Maybe it's the hyaluronic acid. Maybe she's going for the pockets of women with a certain age. Maybe it's the white bark extract that's also included. You know, adding all these additional benefits that are useful, but I mean, at the higher end of the spectrum, you gotta come better with the shades and let me, the consumer, make the decision as to whether I'll purchase a higher end foundation as my complexion product. So once again, guys, I'm LaVerne, and thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys appreciated the feedback that I was able to give. If you guys are interested in getting this foundation, go out there, give it a try. I'm interested in seeing how much more it oxidizes once I get in the sun outside, but missing that golden undertone, really missing it. I'm gonna have to add a corrector, and if that's the case, do I really want to keep it? Time will tell. So thanks for stopping by. You guys have a blessed day, and I see you later. Bye.